7 Internal Control System. Subtitle, Overview and Key Concept, presented by Coronel and Ocot.
Learning objectives. Describe the importance of internal control. Discuss the types of fraud and how to prevent them. Overview of the Corrupt Practices Act.
First is overview of internal control system. First is ensures the integrity of financial and accounting information. Isang pasabot na ensures the integrity of financial and accounting information. Means, make sure that all financial data is accurate, reliable, and honest. So, mao kini makatabang sa paglikay sa mga sayop nga nagpasiguro nga ang impormasyon nga ginagamit sa paghimo og desisyon kay masaligan. Promotes accountability and prevents fraud. Ang pasabot ni kay putting system in place that make sure people take responsibility for their action and that there are checks to stop dishonest behaviors. Ang accountability nagpasabot nga ang mga individual kinahanglan magpanuko sa ilang action nga nagdasig kanila sa paglihok nga matinuoron. Supports organizational objectives and compliance with laws. It means helping a company achieve its goals while also making sure that it follows rules and regulations set by the government and other authorities. Ito ay tungkol sa paggawa ng mga tamang bagay upang magtagumpay habang nanatiling legal at ethical. Internal controls, a process implemented by board, management, and personnel. So our internal control are a set of process and procedures that helps an organization achieve its goals and ensure compliance with laws and regulation. Internal controls ensure that an organization complies with laws, regulation, policies, and plans. Compliance, it means, refers to the act of conforming and follow the rules and regulations set by government. Purpose, effectiveness and efficiency of operation. Effectiveness and efficiency are two important concepts when evaluating how well an organization or system works. Reliability of financial reporting refers to the trustworthiness and accuracy of the financial information presented by a company. It means that the financial statement like balance sheet, income statement, cash flows, statements should reflect the true financial position and performance of the company. Compliance with laws and regulation means the following rules set by government and other authorities. Components of internal control. First is control environment, tune at the top, integrity, ethical values. So, ang control environment is the foundation of an organization or kinatibukan ang umaagi sa pagmando o pagdumala. It sets the tone for how things are done with the organization. Risk assessment, identifying and analyzing the risk. Risk assessment, identifying and analyzing the risk, mao kini ang usa ka proseso sa pag-ila o pagtasa or pagsusuri sa mga potensyal na problema nga mahimong makaapekto sa usa ka project o organization o individual sa negatibong pamaagi. Control activities, policies, procedures, approvals, and verifications. Control activities mao ni nga gihimo sa mga organization aron siguro nga ang mga butang magpadayon nga hapsay ug husto. Information and communication, timely sharing of information. Information and communication means making sure that important news or updates are shared quickly and efficiently. Kini makatabang sa tanan nga magpabilin nga mahibalo ug magtrabaho nga mas maayo nga makighusa kay aduna sila'y ang pinakabag-o nga mga detalye nga ilang gikinahanglan aron makabuhat og mga desisyon og mga action. Monitoring and ongoing assessment and evaluation. Monitoring is mean continually checking and reviewing something to see how it's going. Types of internal controls. Types of internal controls, first is preventive control, deter unwanted outcomes, access control. So, preventive controls are measures taken to stop bad things from happening like unauthorized access to sensitive information or system. Dapat una-unaon ang mga seguridad pinaagi sa paggamit sa mga access control sama sa password or ID patches. Importante nga datos nga luwas o sigurado. Detective controls identify errors after they appear. Reconciliation. Detective controls are processes or measures that help identity errors or problems. Example, ang reconciliation kay usa ka detective control diin imong ikumpara nga duha ka set sa mga record aron makit-an ang mga discrepancies o mga sayop. Manual versus automated. Human performed versus computer executed control. So ang manual versus automated. First is manual. This is a control that are performed by people. Example, manager nga nag-review sa mga financial nga report. Usa ka empleyado nga nag-check sa level sa inventaryo or checking inventory levels. Usa ka tawo nga nag-approval sa usa ka transaction. Then sa automated, these controls are executed by computers or software without human intervention. So, pinagi sa technology. Example, automatic data backup software that flags unusual transactions or system that enforce security protocols. So, mura siya so para lang itong human performed versus computer executed. Manual involve people. Then ang automated rely on technology. Last is K versus secondary controls, critical for rest versus supporting overall efficiency your presentation. Here's an explanation of K controls versus secondary controls, highlighting their roles in risk management and overall efficiency. K controls is primary controls that directly mitigate or manage significant risk, essential for addressing critical risk, ensuring regulatory compliance, and preventing significant losses. Typically high impact, high probability risk. Examples: financial control, segregation of duties, transaction approvals, cybersecurity measures, firewalls, access control. The secondary controls supporting controls that enhance overall efficiency, effectiveness, and resilience, address lower priority risk, or provide additional layers of protection. May not directly mitigate critical risk but contribute to overall risk management. Example: process optimization and streamlining, training and awareness program, continuous monitoring and reporting. Thank you, sir.
Importance of internal controls. Internal controls are a critical mechanism that organizations implement to safeguard their assets, ensure financial reporting, and promote compliance with laws and regulation. Their importance can be summarized through several key aspects. Risk mitigation is kung unsaon pag-mitigate and control the risk, safeguarding systems, data, and finances by proactively identifying and addressing risk. Process optimization provides clear guidelines, enhance accountability, and improve efficiency and productivity. Fraud prevention implements measures like segregation of duties to reduce fraud. Like for example, is sa isa ka organization na ay lahi-lahi nga employee ang naa sila assigned na task, which is lahi ang na-assign sa payment, investment, ug sa borrowing. If na-ay fraud activity ang nga na-detect or sa isa is dali lang nila ma-identify. Financial reporting ensures accurate, timely financial data for better decision and resource allocation. Regulatory compliance. It helps to meet the legal requirements, avoiding penalties and protecting reputations. Operational efficiency is para ma-reduce ang mga errors and enable employees to focus on the strategic task. Transparency and accountability. It promotes trust and stakeholder confidence by clearly defining rules and responsibilities. Types of fraud. Identity fraud involves stealing personal information to impersonate someone. Example, gamiton ako ang identity or personal information sa isa ka tao para makapangilad or makakwarta. Muna siya ang identity fraud. Imposters, scams. Scammers pose as trusted figures to manipulate victims into providing money or personal information. Kung example, gamiton ako ang government officials information para mag-manipulate og mga victims. Like, mag-simpat siya para pod makakwarta. Another example is, ang imuhang relatives na information is gamiton nako para makapangilad sa imuha, makapanghut-hut o makapang-scam. Mga siya ang imposters scam. Online shopping scams is ni siya ang known or common na sa atoa. Labi na sa mga social media platforms is kaning naalay mga page na mag-post og mga fake product or mag-post og mga product na abi nimo og legit, then gitry nimo og nagpalit ka sa ilaha, din ang iabot sa imo is dili mao. Una siya ang online shopping scams. Investment scams. Ang best example ani is katong mga kapa, forex o uban pang mga investment sa una nga daghay na scam. So, healthcare fraud involves fraudulent billing for services that were not provided or unnecessary medical procedures. So, ang health fraud is kumbaga naa ka sa hospital, then gibilan ka or nasa imong bill ang kana nga medicine pero wala din mo igamit. So mahagbong na siya og healthcare fraud. Vendors fraud. Ang vendors fraud is kumbaga itong mga legit seller is ako ang kuha ng ilang mga information, then mag-post ko, then ang kadtong mga ang order sa ako nga abi nilag legit seller ko is ako silang iskamon mo ingon ko payment first, so naka-payment na sila sa ako then abi nila og legit ko pero scammer dai ko. Romance scams. Scammers build fake romantic relationship online to solicit money from victims under false pretenses. So, ang example ani is maghimo ko og fake nga identity or magpanggap ko ng babae sa isa ka biktima. Kumbaga, gamitan ako ang lahing information, babae na information para makapanghuthot or makapangwarta sa makapangwarta o sugar daddy kung nga muna siya ang romance scams. So, mortgage fraud. So, ang mortgage fraud is this includes falsifying information on mortgage applications. So, kumbaga, in short is magpakarong ingon ka. Muna siya ang mortgage fraud. Kumbaga, labuan nimo, kumbaga, ang imuhang income lang is nasa 5,000, imong utrohon, nimo 20,000. Muna siya ang mortgage fraud. Fraud prevention strategy. First is education and awareness. So, kailangan ka mag-conduct og regular training session on recognizing and reporting fraud para mas ma-enhance, ma-improve ang knowledge sa imuhang mga employees and consumers. Second, implementing strong internal controls. So, pag naakaani is ma-establish ang pag-check o mas mabalance ang financial process. This includes segregation of duties and regular audits. Okay, para pod mas ma-detect ang kung naabay internal fraud activities ang nahitabo. Third is using technology. Kung nagamit ka og technology is naakay advantage o naakay advanced security measures. Parehas sa multi-factor authentication, pag naakaana is mas ma-protect ang sensitive information sa nimo. Like parehas anang mag-payment, naakay payment nga buhaton sa GCash. Through GCash is naay sindan ka og authentication code kay para mas secure ang imuhang kwarta ug ang imuhang information. Fourth is monitoring and reporting mechanism. So, kailangan ka mag-create og mga anonymous reporting channels para mas mapadali ang mag-monitor sa imuhang mga employees kung naabay sila or naabay mga suspicious activities ang mga nahitabo. Last is regular reviews and audits. So, kailangan ka mag-conduct og mga periodic reviews of financial statement and operational process para mas mapadali ang pag-identify sa mga anomalies activities. The Corrupt Practice Act, the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act or FCPA is law enacted in 1977. So, kaning nga act is mao ni siya ang nagpabawal sa mga company nga manuhol og mga foreign officials para makuha nila ang advantage in terms of business. So, this act is promoting ethical business practices. So ang FCPES nag-aim og transparency and integrity in international business transaction para malikayan ang mga corrupt practices, ang mga pagpanuhol. Encouraging fair competition. So ang FCPE or foreign corrupt practices is nag-help sa level sa field of business nga mahimo og fair ang competition, walay mga corrupt activities ang mga nahitabo or walay mga pagpanuhol ang mga nahitabo, kundi fair lang sila, nag-follow sila sa legal tanan. Internal controls safeguard organization integrity. Then they are crucial for preventing fraud, ensuring compliance, and enhancing efficiency.
Our topic is the first clause. Overview of the first clause process. The first clause nag-process sa streamline financial reporting na naghatag og way na ang organization is ma-complete ang financial statement sulod sa isa ka adlaw. It enhances efficiency and responsiveness pinaagi sa pag-optimize workflows o advanced technologies. Definition and importance. First clause isa ni siya ka proseso nga nag-allow sa kumpanya na makumpleto ang ilang accounting cycles o ma-close ang ilang books na dali while maintaining the accuracy and integrity of financial reports. Unlike sa traditional closing method na mudagan pa og weeks, the first clause na magamit og streamline procedure and advanced tools para ma-reduce ang time frame to days or even hours. Kini na approach nag-provide timely financial information, enabling better decision making and improving business agility. Key benefits. Implementing a fast close process offers several advantages. First is improved speed and accuracy, enhanced decision making, increased efficiency, better compliance, and less improved stakeholder communication. Key benefits. Implementing a fast close process benefits organization by improving the speed, accuracy, and efficiency of financial reporting while supporting better decision making, compliance, and communication with the stakeholders. Methodologies for implementation. Para ma-achieve ang successful fast close, organizations follow a structured methodology involving several key steps. First is pre-close activities. This step focuses on preparing for a close by completing tasks ahead of time, such as reconciling accounts and resolving any outstanding issues. It helps reduce the workload during the actual close process. Second, process optimization. In this stage, organizations evaluate and streamline their financial close processes by eliminating inefficiencies and standardizing workflows. They can improve the speed and accuracy of the close. Third is automation. Implementing technology to automate repetitive tasks like data entry, reconciliations, and reporting accelerates and close process and reduce the risk of error. The last is continuous improvement. After each close cycle, organizations assess performance, gather feedback, and make adjustments to further enhance the process. This ensures the close remain efficient and aligned with the business goals. These steps work together to ensure a faster, more accurate financial close, enabling better decision making and timely reporting. Challenges in fast closing. While and fast closing process nagprovide og significant benefits, nagpresent sab ni siya og several challenges nga kinahanglan i-address sa organizations. First is cultural resistance. Employees may be accustomed to traditional process, making it difficult to adapt new technologies. Cultural resistance. Employees may resist change due to familiarity with traditional processes, making adoption a new method challenging. Second is technology integration. Successfully implementing automation tools requires investment and technology and training for staff. Technology integration. Implementing fast close requires investing in new technology and training staff, which can be costly and time consuming. Last is quality control. Maintaining the accuracy of financial statement during accelerated closing period necessitates robust control and oversight mechanism. Quality control. Speeding up the close process can raise data accuracy, requiring strong control to maintain financial statement quality.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My topic is all about the different type of fast close. The concept of fast close encompasses various methodologies aimed at accelerating the financial closing process. Each type has distinct characteristics and application, tailored to meet different organizational needs. First, standard fast close. This is the most common form where the closing process is expedited without significantly altering the financial reporting package. Organizational focus on identifying and eliminating inefficiencies in their existing processes, which often involve consolidating tasks and reducing wait times during the closing period. So, first standard fast close kani, siya is common form na ginagamit sa mga companies, like mas ginapaspas pa nila ang process sa financial closing without changing the way how they preferred TGA reports. Lang ana gali. Ang focus ani diri standard kay mas mapadali ang work o ma-reduce ang mga delays. So second, accelerated fast close. In this variation, companies aim to close their books in a single day or over an extremely short period. This requires meticulous planning and pre-closing activities such as moving non-essential tasks outside the closing window. So accelerated, so diri is na sila ginasit jud nga specific date na ana nga task, kibalid diri is gina-aim jud nila nga mataas jud ang ana nga day or mas mapadali pa jud ang pag-ayo. So diri is planado na jud kaayo, like gina-set aside nila ang less important na mga task o ginauna jud nila ang essential. So third, soft close. Ang soft close involves producing preliminary financial statements without going through all the rigorous steps typically required for a complete close. So, soft close, dira is gina-prefer na ang financial statement before pa mahuman ang task. So, mao gina-consider ni siya as soft kay bisag wala pa sila sa final steps pero na sila kanang murag early assumption or snapshot sa company. So, for continuous close. This approach integrates ongoing accounting processes with real-time data entry and reporting, allowing organizations to close their books continuously rather than at specific intervals. So kaning continuous close, diri nga approach is continuous ilang pag-update using real-time data. For example, na ay transaction gina-record jud dayon nila from time to time para by the end of the month almost done. So 5, rolling close. The rolling close involves closing segments of financial statement periodically throughout the month rather than waiting until month end. This method allows organizations to have their financial ready to review ahead from time, reducing the workload at month end and enabling quicker. So diri sa rolling close, instead maghulat sa end of the month para mag-close sa tanan, kibaling isa company mag anam-anam na sila list sa line section, like mga revenues or expenses para by the end of the month dili na kayo sila loaded sa trabaho. Gamay na lang ilang apason, so mas mapadali ila work. So overall makita ra jud main goal sa different type of fast close. First is to reduce the time and need jud ang effort pag mag financial close. Third is para ma-improve ang accuracy and di jud mawala ang decision making para mas mo better pa. So direta sa next is discuss how to achieve fast close and enhance the closing process. To successful implement a fast close and enhance the financial closing process, organizational must adapt to combination of strategic planning, process optimization, and technology integration. So first, standardize the closing process. Establishing standardized produce across the organization is crucial for a smooth fast close. This includes documenting processes, creating clear guidelines for each steps of the closing process to ensure consistency and clarity among team members, setting times, develop a detailed time that outline deadlines for each task, helping teams stay organized and focus on implementing their responsibilities on time. So kanang number 1. So standardize the closing process dire nabilong tong mga pag-process sa documents dapat na jud clear nga guidelines for each steps para ensure ang consistency. Set timeline, so dapat na jud detailed schedule para ma-ensure na ang mga tasks kay mahuman jud on time. So to leverage automation. Automation plays a pivotal role in speeding up the closing process by reducing manual tasks and minimizing errors. Key areas to automate include data entry and reconciliation, workflow management. So kanang number 2, leverage automation. Kani siya is ang company nagagamit og automatic software gali para mas madali ang pag-track og pag-remind sa mga team members like hapit na ang Joanna nga task and dapat walay ma-miss na mga task ang gina-ensure jud nila nga na-meet ang deadline. So dako jud need help para sa reduce nga ang delays. So direta sa 3, enhance system integration, integrating various financial system, ERP accounting software is essential to streamline data flow and reduce discrepancies. This can be achieved by centralizing data and eliminating silos. So kaning number 3 na system integration. So from the word centralize, gina-ensure nila nga up to date jud ang information para walay error na mahitabo. For example, ma-processes na sa payroll, automatic ma-update na dahil na sa general ledger. For implement pre-close activities, conducting pre-close activities can significantly reduce the workload during the actual closing period. This includes regular reconciliation, gathering information in advance. So implementing pre-close activities. So example ani is diba, instead of reconciling accounts monthly, gina-change nila into weekly para ila maanam-anam same sa na-mention ako earlier. Through this, di na sila mabugatan by the end of the month. So focus on the continuous improvement. Adapting a mindset of continuous improvement helps organizations refine their closing process over time. Strategies include conducting regular audits, training, and development. So focus on improvement. So dapat yun mag-conduct og regular audit para makita dayon og asa ang na-error. Also dapat pod mag-invest yun sila when it comes to training para mas ma-develop pa ang knowledge og skills sa mga team members. So 6, enhance communication and collaboration. Effective communication among team members is vital for a successful fast close. This can be achieved by utilizing collaboration tools and encouraging team engagement. So enhanced communication and collaboration essential jud kayo ni sa usa ka organization ni dapat jud weekly or monthly meeting ba kaha with other departments to align on tasks and ma-address dayon ang issue if ever na. Thank you.
Good evening everyone, I am Jigbe Esperta. Good evening sir. Topic for today is Lesson 9, Internal Audit Function. Learning objectives, discuss the audit process and the internal audit objectives and function. Describe the reporting relationship of internal audit. Overview of the internal audit function. The internal audit function is a critical component of an organizational governance and risk management framework. Ang internal audit function isa sa mga critical component or grabe ka importante sa governance kay sila ang naga-record labi na sa mga nangahitabo, no? And it serves as an independent and objective assurance and consulting activity designed to add value and improvement operation. Sila po ang nag-consult o naga-improve sa operations. And internal auditors evaluate the effectiveness of risk management control and governance processes, ensuring that an organization met their objective efficiently and effectively. Sila po ang naga-evaluate o naga-monitor sa usa ka risk management para makontrol nila or para madali ra nila masagang kung sakaling kuha na kay makaplano na natanan. Next is key function of internal audit. Ang key function sa internal audit, number 1 is risk management evaluation. Sumot sa evaluation, evaluate nimo ang mga risk management. Imo sila tanawon nimo kung na-manage ba ang mga risk, na-control ba, nakaplano ba. O number 2 is compliance monitoring. Kaning compliance monitoring mo ni siya ang pag-monitor nimo sa tanan mga transaction kung na-fill ba or wala. Next, number 3 is internal control assessment. Kaning internal is nasa sulod ng mga kuan kung nakontrolado ba ang mga activities, mga programs na nahitabo, mga meetings na. Number 4 is operational efficiency improvement. Kaning operational efficiency improvement, isa po ni sa mga important na mga kuan na panghitabo kay kani siyang operational kibali mas mo level up ang inyong company para sa mabutay ng mga kuan, para sa mga improvement. Next is fraud detection and investigation. Kani is pag-detect nimo or pag-investigate sa fraud kay di man gyud na mawala ang mga fraud labi na sa mga company. Last is reporting and recommendation. Mani siya ang mga gilaw-naw ganina nga every company na gyud ang reporting and recommendation. Next, the importance of internal audit. The internal audit function play a vital role in enhancing an organization credibility with stakeholders by providing independent assurance on various aspects of operations. Ang importance of internal audit mao ni siyang kanaganing mas kuan nimo ang imuhang confident kay kibali kuan pa man mas mo kusog kibali or mo improve ang pagsalik sa mga tao sa imo. Next is objective insight. Internal auditor provide an unbiased perspective of organizational processes which is crucial for effective decision making. Kaning mga internal auditors mao ni sila, dili sila pwede bias sa mga every organization kay kibali makrusyal man or na may mamali kung ilahang ibayas. Next is efficiency gains. Regular audits help streamline process by identifying inefficiencies and recommending best practices. Kibali makita nimo ang mga gain kung unsa nay nahitabo. Risk mitigation through systematic assessment. Internal audit help prioritize risk and implement appropriate mitigation strategy. Pasabot na yung mitigation, mo rin siya og searching, kibali kung asa ang risk, kibali imuha siyang planuhan para kuanan nimo, masagangan nimo ang mga risk na mahitabo. Next is compliance assurance. They ensure that organization remain compliant with laws and regulation, reducing the risk of legal penalties and enhancing reputation. Kaning compliance assurance mo bitaw ning nani di gini pwede mawala sa usa ka company kay kibali kung wala ni sila dili ka move og tarong ang isa ka company kay dapat mosunod sila sa law and regulations. Next is discuss the audit process and the internal audit objective and function. Audit process. The internal audit process is a systematic approach designed to evaluate and improve the effectiveness of governance, risk management, and control process within the organizations. The audit process typically consists of several key pieces. Kaning audit process, nakaproseso gid ni siya kay naka-record man ni, kinahanglan man nimo siya i-list, kinahanglan nimo siya kinahanglan kung sa kuan pa na kay databases ani kay para makuha nimo. Number 1 is planning. Risk assessment, identify and assess risk associated with various operation and process to determine the focus areas for the audit. Mao ni siya plano para sa mga risk na mahitabo, nakaplano na daan nanay mga option. Audit plan development, create the detailed plan that outlines the scope, objective, timeline, and resource required for the audit. Kaning mao ni siya ang mga scope nimo na kay point diana dapat gana na plan. Next is number 2, field work. Data collection, gather relevant data through interview, observation, document, reviews, and testing on controls. Kaning field work na nakakibali ani, kumpleto ka na data collections, tapos dapat na mga observations, document interviews, and testing and controls. Analysis, analyze the collected data to identify weaknesses or areas for improvement in processes and works. Mao ning gilaong nako nga kung na kay collected data, ma-identify na nimo tanan. Next is reporting. Drafting reports, prepare audit reports that summarize findings, conclusion, and recommendation for management. Communication, present finding to senior management and the board of direct, ensuring clarity and transparency. Pag nakakadaaning duha, reports and communication, mas hanay kayo kay in case na yung mga hitabo na ay reports. Kung nahitabo nga di maayo, need pod og communication. Og na yung mga kaning tawag aning miscommunication, pwede nimo i-report. Next is follow up. Monitoring implementation. Track the implement and audit recommendations to ensure the corrective action or taken. Monitoring implementation, mao ni siya kaning pag-monitor. Number 2 is continuous improvement. Use insight gained from audit to enhance future audit process and organizational practice. Mao ni siya ang mga continuous to improve para mas mo level up og mudugay inyong company. Thank you for listening. Next.
Good evening, everyone. So, I am the next reporter. I am Maria Cristina Variadores of BSBA 4E. So, my topic is internal audit objectives. So, the primary objectives of internal auditing are designed to provide assurance and add value to the organization. These include, first is the risk management assurance. Ang risk management assurance is gina-insured ka niya sa mga possible na mahitabo sa inyong company, and also ginahatagan ka og mga possible or mga maayong decision making para sa inyong mga problema sa isa company. Then second one is compliance verification. Morning mga pag-comply nimo or pag-check mo or pag-verify nimo kung naka-comply na ba ka sa mga kinahanglan na dapat i-comply, most likely sa mga laws and regulations. Then operational efficiency improvement. So pag-improve sa organization or kanang mga operation. Then sa fourth is internal control evaluation. Kanang mga pag-evaluate sa mga dapat mga i-evaluate, katulad na lang ng mga pag-evaluate nimo sa mga employees or sa mga reports na kinahanglan pag mag-audit. Then last is fraud detection. So kinahanglan pud nimo makita or ma-detect na nimo ang mga fraud. Most likely kay daghan kay mga daghan ka mga audit, kaya ang audit is more likely sa mga money man na siya or mga reporting. So kinahanglan makita nimo or unbiased ka pag magtanaw ka sa mga fraud or makita nimo ang mga fraud kay fraud detection siya. Then internal audit functions. Internal auditors perform a variety function that contribute significantly to organization. First is to evaluating governance process. So, mo ni siya kung unsaon nimo pag-assess, kung tama ba yung pag-assess nimo or effective ba siya sa governance or structures na nagsusupport sa mga organizational objectives. Then, second one is conducting compliance audit. So, review compliance with legal requirements and internal policies to mitigate risk. So, para ma-mitigate mo yung mga risk, is kinahanglan gud nimo i-review or mga review lagi ang mga compliance na mga with legal requirements. So, kinahanglan matuman gid ka sa mga laws and kinahanglan i-comply nimo ang mga kinahanglan na mga requirements. Then, third is operational audit. So, operational audit analyze operational process to ensure they align with the strategic goal and carried out efficiently. So, ang process nito is gina-ensure niya na align ka dun sa mga goals na kinahanglan sa isa company. Then, fourth is financial audit. So, financial audit verify the accuracy and reliability of financial statement and reporting practices. So, pag mag-audit ka, kinahanglan gyud nimo i-verify kung tama ba or accurate ba. Dapat always nimo transparency ang mga reports na ginahatag nimo. Then, 5 is consultative services. Provide advisory service on risk management, internal control, and corporate governance type practice. So, kailangan mong mag-provide ng mga advisory or mga services na kinahanglan para ma-mitigate nimo ang mga risk na mabot sa imong company. Then 6 is training and capacity building. So, enhance the skills of internal auditors through training programs focused on the best practice in auditing. So, pag mga audit ka, kinahanglan po nimo i-train ang mga auditors nimo para magkaroon sila ng mga best learners or mga practices na nagpo-focus na mas maging magaling pa silang mga auditors, and of course to enhance their skills. Describe the reporting relationship of internal audit. The reporting relationship of internal audit is crucial for maintaining its independency, objectivity, and effectiveness within an organization. This relationship typically involves multiple layers of oversight and communication with various stakeholders, primarily focusing on the audit committee and senior management. So, the first key reporting structures is the CAE or Chief Audit Executive. The CAE is the head of internal audit function and plays a vital role in reporting structures. So, siya ang pinaka-head, kumbaga siya pa ang pinakataas, ang CAE or Chief Audit Executive. CAE usually reports direct to the audit committee of the board of director. So, usually is directly siya nagre-report sa mga board of director or sa mga audit committee. Administrative, the CAE report to the senior management such as CFO or CEO, but this dual reporting structure is designed to maintain independence from management influences that could compromise activity. Then second one is the audit committee. Audit committee is responsible for overseeing the internal audit. So, kini sila yung mga responsible sa pagtanaw sa mga or pagtanaw or pag double check or pag verify sa mga internal audit. The committee reviews audit plans, findings and recommendation, providing a platform for discussion on risk management and compliance issues raised in audit. So, kani sila gina-review nila ang mga audit plans, then tinitignan nila yung mga findings, and also they give some recommendation kung naay mga mali or naay mga utruhonon or naay mga dapat i-improve para maiwasan yung mga risk na pwedeng moabot sa isa ka company or isa ka organization. And of course, kinahanglan in-ensure nila ang accountability and transparency or unbiased within sa organization. Then third is senior management. While internal auditors report to the audit committee for oversight purposes, they also interact regularly with senior management to discuss some audit activities, some preliminary findings, or napapa sila mga i-recommend para mas mag-grow pa or napay mga i-enhance. Then, the importance of independence. The independence of internal auditors is a fundamental to their role as objective evaluator of risk and control processes. This independence is reinforced through, first, to direct report to the audit committee. By reporting directly to the audit committee, internal auditors can present findings without fear of reprisal from management. So, daghang gyud importance na kinahanglan ng mga auditors is sometimes to give them some independence. Like, sa first is direct reporting sa mga audit committee. Kaya ang uban is mahadlok na sila mo makasabaan. Kaya ang uban, grabe ka terror ang ilang mga senior. So, by this independency, nababawasan yung kanilang fear or nababawasan yung kanilang pag-aalinlangan sa pag-report. Then, second is separation from operational management. Internal auditors should not have operational responsibilities that could create conflicts of interest or impair their objectivity. This separation ensures the auditors can provide unbiased assessment. So, usahay man good is, may mga internal auditors na usahay maglibog na sila kung usahay mga kinahanglan unahon, kinahanglan na nakaseparate good sila sa mga operational. For example, sila is sa audit lang sila, dapat dito lang sila para para dili sila maglibog or magkaroon ng create ng conflict. Kaya yung uban is ang uban dili man kabalo sa ilang trabaho, pero may mga ingon pa nato, may mga bida-bida na parang magkakaroon ng interest mo sa ila.